Would you please state your name and city of residence,
Yes,
please?
sir. My name is Donald Head, and I'm a tenant at Bread Way and Cutting, 1333. Okay, and this is I have no complaint as far as this business got out of hand. You know, as far as the car rotation, I'm doing lead sales like that now. I have pictures of how I've worked with the city, and every picture you got there, I cleaned up from A to Z. There's like 12 cars, 13 cars on the line. I can't really keep track of the cars because I might fix 15 cars in a day. It might be 20 old women or old men that come and bring their car to me every day. I service the community of Richmond. My father's here. We service this community for 40 years. We've been here as a business, black minority business, since the 70s. Taxpayer money. This is nothing new here. But anyway, my problem is fixing things. I don't have a problem in pointing fingers. It's on me. This is my business. This is how I eat. This is how I pay my mortgage. This is how I send my son to college. I was wrong. I have pictures here of how I fixed it. I would like to be able to see these eyes. You monitor how I can continue to do my business. I have a flourishing business here. And I have no excuses. You know, I was wrong, and I fixed it. I fired all my guys. My managers all fired. We come with a whole new team. I manage your methanol lab over there. I'm the warden over there. All these so-called bad people you call, I open them gates. If you look at your crime rate over there, you have 0. You know why? Me. I'm there. They respect me, not you. They respect me. I walk that line 7 in the morning, where all the so-called killers nobody want to deal with. I deal with those last 6 years, where you have not a crime. They don't disrespect me. This is what I represent. No disrespect to none of you guys. But right now, my mom lives in the house. I have to pay mortgages. I have bills. I see when they make city cuts, everybody crying about little Timmy, little Tommy. I got little Timmy, little Tommy too. And right now I'm losing everything I got. So I mean, I don't know if you have a conscience on that. But like I say, my dad been here since the 70s. You know, and that's all I can represent. I was wrong. I fixed it. I have pictures here with a lot straight clean. I like you to monitor me under the eye and make sure it stays that way. I'm human. I fucked up, excuse me. But I'm going to fix it. That's all I know is fixing things. I don't cry over spilled milk. I stay milking the cow and I fix it. And that's all I want is a chance to stay fixing it. If you can monitor me and put me on probation, whatever, and watch me as I clean and keep it clean, and hopefully I can keep my employees to keep it clean. And like I said, I don't have no excuses. Methadone lamp, none of that bothers me. My business is good, and I want to keep it good. And I just need another chance. That's all I have to say. Please.
Please stay there. Are there questions of the speaker?
I have one question.
Mr. Lee?
Yes, sir.
So, have you seen the staff report and the violations that they're talking about?
I've seen all the pictures you have, and I have pictures right here. I like you to put in your records that I can correct those.
No, I was there and I saw, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you cool with making good on all of these things, all of the ones that are in here?
From A to Z.
That'll happen.
And not a rock, not a piece of paper on the ground, not a car by the car. You know, things got out of hand, and like I say, sometimes you got to bump your head, and this is called bumping my head because I'm about to lose everything I worked for. You know?
Well, and to your credit, I physically saw that work going on. So,
And like I said, it's not up to Mr. Chow, it's up on me. I represent me. And, you know, I can make it or break it. I'm going to make it. Give me a chance. That's all for that.
Thanks.
You know, and I work with you guys in compliance with Lorraine and all of them to do what I have to do.
Are there other questions to the speaker? Mr. Soto.
Once again, getting back to the issue of March 7th,
Yes, sir.
the engineering department attempted site inspection, but was not granted entry into the premises.
Okay, I was not
What was
there.
your explanation?
I was not there that morning. I was down at my girlfriend's house in Fairfax. I got a call from one of my employees. They say they were there. And when I got there, they were already on the premise. So I don't know about not entering, because when I came, they were on the premises. And the engineer man came today, and he gave me flying colors. I want to make sure I talked to him before I talked to you. And he came through, and everybody with me on this. I'm just trying to fix things up there. I'm not looking back on the past. The past is an ugly picture. I just want to turn it, you know, to a pretty picture. That's all I can say.
And I would say we want to encourage good business in Richmond. That's part of what our job is here. But, you know, it seems like there's been a pattern of violations.
Right.
And now that your back's against the wall, you're moving to clean it up, and that's a good thing.
Right.
But how do we know we won't be back here 3 months, 6 months?
Because when I came in this situation, my back was against the wall. I cleaned this place up. I came in, when y'all had it sitting, I came in and cleaned it. I came in and got it where it is now. And I can make it better, you know. And like I said, I just, you know, sometimes you don't see things until you get slapped in the face with it. You know, like I say, with bad management, my employees did bad, but I have to take reaction to that because it's my shop. And I'm going to come with better workers, and I'm going to make sure it never gets this way again. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Commissioner Reyes?
Yeah, I just, you know, I have something to say, then I have a question, and I'm glad that I hope I see some photos that look a lot better. I know what it is to have to conform to inspections. So, but I think, you know, we have to be compliant. That's the magic word around here is, are you compliant? And so when they come, and that's what they're looking for. Are you compliant? And it's very easy to do that because that's what we're supposed to do. And you know, believe me, that for me tonight, I really do appreciate the work that your father put in. I'm familiar with. I'm glad to meet you. I'm familiar with your business because I drive around Richmond. I've been here, and I respect the black businesses of Richmond. I respect you know, everything that's gone up on South Side, and I believe that yours is one. Okay, I want nothing but success, and so. And I'm looking at the photos now. I just want to say that, you know, you do have a legacy to build on in Richmond, I believe. Okay, and you've stated it, and I hope that you know, we can help in the best way we can, Mr. Head.
And give respect, you guys, Mr. Mitchell, you guys gave me a chance. Mr. Mitchell, give me a chance. I'm not knocking nobody, putting no fingers. I screwed up. I just want to fix it. So as a boss, as you learn to be a boss, I see it's more than just saying you're a boss. And you got to take reactions, you know. So I got to eat this. But like I said, I can fix it. I just need a chance.
Other questions of the speaker? Okay, do we have any other speakers?
Yes, we have one speaker.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I don't know if it's Eva Hills or...
My name is Eva Hills, and I've lived in Richmond for 48 years, and I'd like to say that I'm against the revoking of the CUP, and Donnie has been servicing our cars for years, and we go way back. We have a lot of history with his father, Donald Head Sr., and we are really pleased with the work. I've never had a problem with my automobile, and my husband, my sons, they all grew up with Donnie, my kids at least. They grew up with Donnie playing Little League Baseball, and we have been very successful working with them as a partnership. And I would like to see this continue. And I want to commend Commissioner Reyes, because this is what we need. We do not have an awful lot of Afro-Americans or black mechanic auto workers that own their own business, and we need this. As an Afro-American woman, I feel very comfortable with Donnie working on my car. I have had other services. I felt comfortable with them also. But since I've known this kid for years, I feel he gives me a good amount of encouragement. That's not what, but he gives me my money's worth, and I feel very comfortable with that. And he picks my car up. He returns the car. And so I can't ask for a better individual. So I'm asking the commissioners to give him the benefit of the doubt and keep him in compliance. If this is what is needed, work with him. Just don't go out there and say, I'm going to take this away from you without any, follow-up. And the city of Richmond needs all the businesses they can get in the city, especially reputable businesses. And I want to thank you. Is there any questions?
Commissioners, any questions of the speaker? Okay, thank you very
Well,
much.
I got a couple of questions. Just, have you seen the staff report and the list of violations, including letting the business license lapse and that sort of thing?
No, I haven't. I've only gone there as a customer, and I go into the shop and I see what's going on there. But as far as the business, how it's run and whatnot, I haven't seen any of those papers.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
For the moment, I'm going to keep the public hearing open, and I'd like to bring it back up to the commissioners for some discussion. And I'd like to start off. We've heard testimony that Mr. Head has a long-time business here. That's a successful business. Your neighbors like you, and you do good work. One of the problems I have is this sort of sliding backwards. Every time you're basically busted for not fulfilling the requirements of your CUP, you clean it up, and then a little while later, it slides back into the same condition again. And it's been a pattern for years. So, what can you tell me now that convinces me that you're breaking that pattern? That's my primary question. Yeah. Please come up to the podium. What's going to stick this time?
Well, seeing that now I know what it's to be a boss. To be a boss, you have to be an asshole. And I wasn't an asshole. I'm more of a, if you have a problem with your car, you don't have the money to get your car fixed, I'm not going to take your car. And then I end up with 3-4 customers like that a month. Then all of a sudden, 5-6 months, he is got 17 cars, and you got to take the old lady's car because she ain't got no money. That's not me. But that had to be
Well,
me.
okay, that's fine, but that doesn't really answer the question
Well, let me
as
finish,
to
sir.
why.
Okay, then the car calculations totals up. Okay, so I mean, there's no excuse now to do lien sales. Now I got to sign, your car's here a week, we have to put a lien on it. There's no more leaving the cars because my back's against the wall, which I should have been more firm. I wasn't firm in the ball. I tried to be more suave, more understanding, and it cut my throat. So now I'm more firm now. With my employees, I'm firm. I try to treat my employees, you're my friend. Let's be a family. No. You work for me, I'm employer, you're an employee, do this, that's it, that's all. Because that's all I've learned, that's all people seem to respect. I tried to go the other route, and now I'm here, because I was the nice guy. They say the nice guy finished last, and I'm in last place. Because I wasn't firm enough. So I put more firmability in my business now, because of self-preservation now. So I just learned, and it didn't click. Like I said, sometimes you got to hit your head hard. My head's banging now. And I have no excuse, sir. Like I said, I put excuses. I don't have them. I just want to fix it and go down a new road. I have no answer for you, because that's not me. But I changed my ways to make it work.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So kind of what I hear is that you are going to need to change your business model and you got to remove some of the benevolence from the previous business model because of the
Yes, sir.
it's fair enough. And I mean, I understand the situation you get in because, I know cars and people. And so.
I got a whole new playbook, and it's my way or highway, because right now, don't nobody care about me. I'm about to lose everything I got. Being a nice guy.
Okay, thank you.
You know?
Thank you. That was the question I had for you. Among the commissioners, before I close the public hearing, any thoughts?
I have a question. And I know I can imagine that you go to work early and you leave late. Okay, but have you ever had any any courses, management around this? I mean, those things can help. I'm asking.
Yeah, I guess it takes hard hit. I was taught the right way, because the way I am now, that's how my daddy was. I thought that was the wrong way. I used to say, damn, Daddy, why you so mean? Man, Pops, you too firm. I didn't have that understanding. I want to be the nice guy, suave, everybody understand. There's only one way people understand being a boss. You have to have a certain demeanor. because it's just that's the only way it works. I've learned that.
So you didn't do any of that? You haven't done that?
No, I got it done now because I'm about to lose everything I had. You know, I just thought I could come with a different way of doing business, and it just didn't work.
I'm trying to support you in answering the chair's question. I mean, you know, he really, you know, it's like often you say, what's different this time?
What's different is all eyes on me. I have no more room. You know, if you give me no more room. You know, so I mean, sometimes people have to have that tight rope. You know, and the rope's tight now. And I had too much slack in the rope, but it's tight now. Because I don't want to see you again. I know I don't have no access to you again. Like it's my livelihood. You know?
Thank you, thank you.
To the elder Mr. Head sitting there, the sons never listened to that.
I listen now. You know. So yeah, but I got it together now. That's why it's not a piece of paper on the ground. There won't be a paper clip on the ground. And it won't be more than no cards, you know, with the code, they'll be moving every 15 days. And I won't take big engine jobs, just keeping it simple now. People kept telling me that, and I went my way, and here I am. So
Okay, thank you. Other questions? Any other thoughts? Commissioner Wayne.
Thank you. And it sounds like you said, your back is up against the wall. And I guess in what the commission, and I'll speak for myself, I really want to see small businesses thrive in this city, and really want to see you personally thrive as a businessman and someone who's contributing to the city and personally to your family. But the question I think that is being asked is, you could give a person one chance, like a 2 chance, a 3 chance, but when is it going to take, right? And so, and I've been listening to what you expressed here and hearing that. I think what you're saying is that now you've learned, because you're at risk of losing something that you are passionate about, and that your family is passionate about. And one of the things I think, or some of the things I hear that you're changing or willing to change or have changed, one is you talked about being a better manager, and that you, I guess, changed some of your staff. You mentioned fired. I'm not sure if that's accurate. So change staff, and I think that needs to happen. If you're not on site, then you need to be mindful of who's on site and that they can take care of business. One of the things you talked about was one of the reasons why there were so many cars that were on the lot is because you had customers who were coming in, they may not could afford or could pay for your service, so they were on the lot until you could get rid of them. As a better businessman now, you will take care of that up front. If not, then your car is not being serviced. And so that's just part of just taking responsibility, taking control.
Yes, ma'am.
So those are 2 things I've heard that you have changed. You cleaned it up, so we saw the photos, and I think the biggest concern is, don't want to clean it up because you knew this was going to happen, but it's an ongoing thing. Hopefully, not just the car being stored there, but that was the other junk that, was in those photos.
Yes, ma'am.
That, shouldn't be there.
Yes, ma'am.
So understand that putting that also into your practice, not just the storing of the cars, but actually like continually to clean, is something that needs to be done. It should be done routinely. So, and for me, I'm just, trying to decipher, again, what is the transformation and what is the change. And I hear you expressing like some of the changes and steps you're going to take. And I think it's just understanding, is it this the time, and will that take it? So just trying to draw that out.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So what is the actual question?
It wasn't a question. It was
Okay.
more comments.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just wanted to be clear on what you're saying and understand how you're changing your business practices.
And another thing, what I represent over there, I'm not only black business. I like to say businessman. I don't like to put black in front of it. But for these black kids that go to school, leave that Martin Luther King Park you just built, and Martin Luther King had a dream. And a black man like me to be having a business on that corner. I'm the last black man on the front line on the business down here downtown. So those kids could go to school and say, hey, that's him. He owns that. I can own something. Other than the bomb and Mr. Rich, I'll pick you up here. They don't see y'all. I'm out here. They see me. I got cool cars. You can be cool and get dirty.
Okay, Mr. Head, you've had your chance to.
Okay, sorry, sir.
Thank you. I understand your passion.
More questions?
Commissioner Soto has a question for you.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, I guess it's actually not a question for you. Is there someone to represent code enforcement or the engineering division here?
Okay.
Nobody?
At that point. Okay, thank you. And they have not signed up to speak, or have they?
No, they're here acting as staff support.
As a staff resource. So could I
Let's-
ask a
yeah.
question of the code enforcement person?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Head. You can be seated.
Yeah, so we have code enforcement Burciaga here.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, thank you for coming down this evening. So, in reading the report and your inspections there, and the staff recommendation is to initiate the permit revocation hearing or to schedule one in the future. I respect staff's time, I respect staff's work, and I don't think the staff would recommend revocation without having good cause, because obviously losing a business means losing revenue. And so I just want to get your impressions of what it's been like dealing with, Head's Automotive Repair as a business, your inspection on site, what was, the atmosphere, the gentleman, Mr. Head Jr., has more or less portrayed it that it was a problem with some employees he had, even though he appears to be the on-site manager. To me, that's a little inconsistent. So I wanted to kind of get your impressions of what your experience was like in going about initiating the code enforcement inspection, what your findings were, and then if you know anything about the engineering division's experience.
And Mr. Soto, if I could add to that, the specific instance where you were denied access to the property.
My case, being always in sight, I was never denied any access to it. I believe on the engineer part, I'm not quite sure, but I know I did a site inspection with engineering last Friday, and we were requested entry, met Mr. Shaw, the owner, and the tenant there at the site. I just assisted engineering that day, and it worked out fine. She was able to produce a report. I'm not quite sure what happened on May 7th. But on mine, working with Mr. Donald Head has been successful as going into the property, doing my inspection. That included with planning and building as well. So my situation with him is basically I gave him a 10-day warning to work with him until April the 9th. And like it's stated in my warning notice, is to follow up on those violations that have been presently done in the past. I have worked the case about 2 years now. In the past, he has come back and done some improvements, but then, like he said, we're going back to square one again. So my suggestion is if by April 9th, we could come back and look what he has done, we could go from there. But if in this case, he doesn't do what he's asked to do in 10 days, then I understand there needs to be something else done prior to that.
And may we have a second, please?
Second.
Okay, thank you. In that case, may we have a vote starting with Commissioner Reyes?
Aye.
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 Aye.